All right, folks, welcome back. We are back, Rob. We are back better than ever. How we doing, big fella?
Good ourselves.
I'm hurt. Tell you the truth, Bob.
You sound like it.
Yeah, I got a cold. I got allergies going. I'm just kind of run down, to be honest. I got shit coming out of my nose. But hey, we're here. We're here for the people.
Yeah.
And boy, do we have a show tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one for sure.
Good one. I also have some very disappointing news that you're going to be pretty shocked by this. I didn't watch probably more than 2 minutes of the PGA Championship.
Come on. A major?
I swear to God. I caught like a brief second of it on Thursday. It was a busy weekend.
Yeah.
At a wedding. And, the pool to get together. I was outside really all weekend, just doing stuff around the house. And then I got a text last minute, like, are you watching this playoff? And I wanted to cry because I totally forgot it was on.
Sure.
And my days were all messed up because I had, Sunday, Monday off. It was just a wild weekend.
It happens.
Yeah.
There's always those weekends that happen. No, it was, had it playing Thursday, Friday in the background. A little disappointed with Spieth. I really thought, there was a chance there. I mean, Rory, when he came out firing like he did, I was like, oh, crap. All right, it's already over pretty much. But JT was, the first 2 rounds was pretty solid, obviously, and he got the bad draw again. But, I mean, when he went out Friday morning and shot 67 again, right, it was just like, oh, crap, man, he might have a chance. Saturday, like you said, is doing stuff around here. Didn't get much chance to see a lot. I mean, especially with, what the leaderboard was. But, yeah, Sunday's playoff was awesome. What did they say? JT had like a 1-point-something% chance of winning, after his first 9 holes. And then to watch the playoff, that playoff is the best. That's what a playoff should be, you know, deal thing.
Yeah, the highlights were awesome. I'm like, oh my God, how didn't I catch any of this? I was so mad, especially considering where JT was, on Sunday. Sure. Did you see that video on Twitter of that kid calling it on, like, I don't know, JT just finished 9, and somebody was interviewing him. They're like, who do you like winning it? And he was like, Justin Thomas. They literally they're like, do you know where he's at right now? And yeah, just crazy.
I did not see it. I had a buddy that put 500 on him prior to the start. I think it was like on Wednesday or Tuesday. He cashed out pretty big. Not as big as T, but a really good penny on it. It was kind of funny because there's 4 of us that have like a major bet go. We have 2 picks, $40 in the pot, carries over. And, we had to carry over to this, and he picked JT as well on that. So it was kind of funny to see him sweating it out. But at that time, we thought he was sweating it out for our pot, but obviously he's sweating it out for his big payout. So it was pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of Rory, man, you won't find another, besides Tiger Woods, Rory might be my number 2. But boy, am I getting sick of people all over this guy. When are people going to figure out that the guy can't finish? He's done this his entire career. And like this weekend, people were acting like it was something different. And this has been the same Rory we've seen for the last 7 years.
Yeah, I mean, like, listen to other podcasts and everything like that. The crazy part was, like, he could have shot par second, third, and fourth round and bet into the playoff.
Right.
It was crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Well, that's the thing. Like, the guy, if we were playing, 54 holes, the guy might have, 15 majors. I mean, he's good for 3 rounds.
Yeah.
And that's usually like a first round, a third round, and like a fourth round, which he did at the Masters. You know what I mean? There's always a day where he can't keep it together.
So there's a good thing that you didn't have to witness, Tiger, on Saturday as well. I felt bad for him. He looked like he was hurting.
Are you being?
I'm being sincere. I'm being serious. Okay. I felt, especially that video that keep on showing when he was chipping, in the practice area. I almost, like, my knees bucked.
Yeah, that's about all the coverage I saw, Rob, is the Tiger video on Twitter. And I'm like, holy shit, this guy just withdrew. I'm like, what is going on? Never got good because, like I said, we had the wedding on Saturday, which, by the way, Jeff, unbelievable wedding. Great. Yeah, it was awesome to see him. He was super happy. So it was a very, very good day. But we have a great guest coming on for you. We have Korn Ferry Tour player Bryce Emory joining the show, Rob.
Awesome.
Bryce at the 70 when we were out there for their soft opening. And Bryce stuck out like a sore thumb because he was bombs. In the single, everybody's like, "Who is this guy?" And then word got around. Yeah, he's a KFT player. So we've started a pretty good relationship with Bryce. He's joining us tonight. They actually have an event this week at the Glen Club. The Korn Ferry Tour does. So it's going to be great to see, listen to hear his insight on the Glen Club. Kind of what he does for the week in preparation. So let's let the big fella in. Let him in.
Let's go. Let him in.
All right, folks, welcome back. We have KFT player Bryce Emory on the show there. How you doing there, Bryce?
Good. How about you guys?
Good, man. Thanks for coming on. As we told the listeners here prior to, we met you at the 70. And you stuck out like a sore thumb because we were like, who's that guy? Who's that guy hitting bombs in the bay? And lo and behold, everybody told us that you were a KFT player. Since then, we've stayed in touch. And you've been, ever so grateful to come on and join the show. You guys have an event this week at the Glen Club. How excited are you for that it's in your hometown? Well, you grew up in what, Aurora?
Yeah, Aurora. So, I mean, it's about, 50 minutes.
Right.
On a good day. Anything around O'Hare on 294, you never know. But,
right.
Not too close enough to, be able to stay at home this week, which is nice because, I've been on the road last couple of weeks, and then, hopefully we have a good finish this week, and we'll be on the road again the next couple. I think there's a chance I might not be back home until like July 4th. So,
oh wow,
they're in the middle of a 10 in a row stretch, and I caught the back half of it with reshuffle after a good finish in Huntsville. So it's be fun to get on the road and kind of see what that lifestyle is like, and put a nice little trip home first to kind of start it off. So it's nice.
I saw that finish in Huntsville with a T35.
Yeah, 35th, and luckily, probably the last three to kind of salvage the round there was kind of a crazy round. I had 7 birdies and 5 bogeys, so
wow,
I was kind of either hitting it to 2-3 feet or plugging it in the bunker. It just was like feast or famine. So
right.
It was a fun week.
And for the listeners, we're gonna rewind real quick. Little history on Bryce here. So you were the 2013 CDGA AM champ, and then you went to Northern. That's where you played there. Mm-hmm. And then you won the 2020 Illinois Open. And then you just recently joined the Korn Ferry Tour in 2022. So how many events do you have under your belt this year on the Korn Ferry Tour?
This year, I Monday qualified for 2. I got into Panama, which is the 3rd event of the year.
Yeah.
Which was kind of cool. Really my first time going outside the country.
Nice.
And, that was an experience. And, my dad came with me. Didn't play very well down there, but, and then I was on the Monday Q Life there for a little bit. And then Monday qualified into Huntsville and then played pretty well there. And, got some points that got me into the reshuffle. So this will be my 4th event of the year.
Nice.
So
speaking of your dad, that's where you learned to play the game, right? With your father at Aurora Country Club.
Yeah, Aurora Country Club. We grew up. The first house I grew up in was on this, the street that dead ends into the entrance, about 4 blocks, and then when I was 7 or 8, I think we moved like 1 street behind and 2 blocks closer to the club. So. I could walk there if I wanted to. Never did walk there much.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But just a lazy, teenager. But
that was my next question. How old were you when you started playing there?
I played I don't remember it, but I played a father-son event with my dad when I was 2. We played one hole at Aurora. I think we made an 11, and
you were probably gassed after that hole.
Yeah, I'm probably the reason to blame for the 11, but my dad's never held that over my head at least. So
right.
It's so yeah, started playing. Played that at 2, and I mean, kind of ever since then. So, you figure by now, I'm 31, so 29 years later, I would have figured out a little more than I have. But it's a never-ending process.
Yeah,
Sure.
Right. So this week, obviously, you guys are playing at Glen Club. What kind of preparation does that look like for a week like this? Especially being close to home. Are you? I would assume you kind of have a bigger support system now that it's in your hometown. As far as the caddy, what are you guys doing this week to kind of prep for that event?
Well, kind of, I missed the cut in Kansas City last week, which was, I never want to miss a cut, but we got home Saturday, so Sunday was kind of, nice. Saturday didn't do anything, rained all day around here, and just kind of hung out at the apartment, relaxed, catch up on sleep, and then Sunday, my coach Kevin Healy, we went out to Rory, did some work, and then Monday we played a late 9. It went up to the Glen Club like 2 in the afternoon, practiced a little bit. Like a Monday is when I'll try and you try and do a lot for me at least, I try to do a lot on the putting green because there's not really a lot of the guys there yet.
Yeah.
They start coming in like Tuesday. So, putting green, you can really do, your speed drills, a bunch of stuff because there's not many people around. And then just played a late 9. And then kind of today, same thing, went up there mid-morning, played another 9 holes, had some lunch, and go to the range and kind of work on, the shots you think you might hit or, whatever maybe the miss was. A lot of drivers because, Glen Club, big golf course, pretty wide fairways. And, so it's going to be a lot of drivers. And luckily it's a course, like I've played, maybe 15, 20 times over the years, the all-night opens there back in the day. And so I didn't have to, it's nice where you kind of, maybe relax a little bit.
Right.
In the sense where like, I don't need to be out there, you get out there, oh yeah, I remember this green, where I put a pin over here, and you've seen a lot of those pins. So, and it's nice they give us, the pin sheets from last year, so you kind of get a feel for what they might try and do. And I'd actually found an old yardage book from probably the last time I opened there, maybe 2019. So I gave that to my caddy, and he went and walked the course on his own. Monday? Yeah, Monday. So he could kind of learn it because he'd never been there. So he was kind of getting a feel and looking at old notes. And so it's definitely a nice week when you're close to home. You can kind of relax, maybe catch up with some friends, and
right.
But still got to be ready to go for Thursday.
Absolutely. What's your overall opinion on the Glen Club? Are you a fan of Glen Club?
Yeah, I mean it's a great course. Anything up there in the North Shore is always pretty good. But it's you're gonna if you get out with the driver, and you're confident with the driver, you're hitting fairways, you can attack it. If you start getting, you miss the room that they give you, it can bite you. I got the fescue out there. It's not quite as high as it usually is when we would play it in August, but it's still, you don't want to be in there.
Right.
But it's definitely, it's a course that, I've had some good rounds in the all-night opens there over the years.
Yeah.
I've had some not so good ones too, but, so it's a course that should fit my game. I like driver, like big golf courses.
Right.
And if the weather, kind of holds off the first 2 rounds with some forecasted rain, they'll go pretty low out there.
What time do you go off on Thursday?
Thursday, 1:29, and then like 8:09 Friday, which I've always kind of liked that draw. I like going late early because I always felt like you play well in the afternoon, you get to kind of roll that momentum right back in there in the morning, and kind of the opposite if you don't play well. At least you might get out of there a little earlier Friday,
right?
So there's advantages on both sides,
right?
Sure.
And I see you. You're paired with TK Kelly on what, Thursday, Friday?
Yeah, Thursday, Friday.
Thursday, yeah. And then obviously you got some notables in there, Flavin and Hardy, but TK Kelly's been a Illinois house name for quite a while. I'm sure you guys are pretty well acquainted.
Oh yeah. I mean, we've played a few times over the years, and especially a lot more last 2 years. Final round of the All-Night Open in 2020, and then we were paired together in the rounds 3 and 4 in first stage of Q School last fall. So, he's a great guy, great player. A few years younger than me. I think I was like a senior maybe when he was a freshman in high school and college. But he's had a great career at Ohio State and came out firing right after college. So he's been great every step of the way.
Absolutely. What will you and your caddy kind of put a target on Thursday and say, hey, this is where or do you not necessarily set those expectations? Is there a goal in mind, or is it, hey, can I get to say 2 under and see what happens?
Yeah, I mean, definitely probably, like I said, it's probably weather dependent. Thursday, I think it's going to be kind of chilly those first 2 days, so you're going to have to battle the elements and stay patient out there. But these guys in the Korn Ferry, weather good, weather bad, I mean, they light it up every week. So
right,
definitely. My goal is always got step up on the first tee and hit that first fairway,
right?
And go from there. And I think anything with a 6 in front of it is a great start to the week. And who knows, you maybe get a couple putts to drop early on and kind of get something going, and maybe you shoot a low one. But you definitely want to get off to a good start, and you got to make birdies on this tour.
Yeah. Weather pending, what do you think makes the weekend
out there? I mean, I'd take, if you told me I could shoot a pair of 69s and not show up the first 2 days, I think that'd make the cut pretty easily. Right. If the weather holds off, you could get a cut line at 6. If the wind stays down out there, that's the big fence out there. It's not many trees. So if it's calm, and then even if you get a little rain, and then those greens are soft, and they're just going to fire darts. So, but usually, I mean, the last couple of weeks, the cut's been, last week in Kansas City, cut ended up being even. I think, TK and I finished around the same time. And he was saying it like he was the cut line, like whatever he did on the last hole was either going to keep it at 1 under or keep it at even. And, but Kansas City was, playing tough, narrow fairways, long rough, but, so he's usually, you shoot a couple under, you should make the cut. But I bet the lead after 2 rounds would probably be close to 10, if not maybe a little more. I think last year, first round, the weather here was terrible. I wasn't playing the event, but I remember looking at the scores. And I think Cameron Young and Nick Hardy, I think, were leading with like 65s, and it was like 40 degrees.
Yeah.
So, they can, like I said, the good weather, bad weather. So one of these guys is going to tear it up. So, it'll definitely be, double digits is going to win at the end of the week, probably close to 20.
Yeah. Wow. Definitely no.
So I think the weekend's supposed to be pretty nice, back up in the 80s.
Yeah, Saturday's supposed to be really nice. I think mid-70s.
Your standard, week in Chicago this time of year. You get
right.
Everything, maybe a slight chance of snow, and by the end it could be 90. It's just
all 4 seasons.
Yeah, just everything.
No Panama weather. I'm assuming it was nice there.
Oh God, yeah, that was 94, I think, every day, and 94 feel 98. And I remember talking about what's like a winter like here? They're like, winter. what's that? They're like, it's it rains. That's all. It's the same temperature all year round. Summers get up to maybe might get closer to 100, but they're like, yeah, it was really pretty. It's cool seeing like the tropics. I mean, we went and saw the canal one day after I missed the cuts, and my dad and I drove out there and saw that. And that's an amazing just sight to see of how they run that. And
Right.
So it was cool to kind of sightsee. And I would have rather been playing Saturday, but
Right.
you make the most out of a trip like that.
You're a big fella. You're what, 6'5"? Like,
yeah, 6'5", and 6'5", 245. According to my doctor a couple weeks ago, I gotta get that down some more. So it's I love food too much, so it's gonna be a battle.
That was my question. Do you enjoy that hot of weather, or do you like the big man weather, like mid-70s, no sweating, or do you enjoy it pretty hot?
I love, the hotter the better. It's especially you grow up here, how cold the winters are. It's just like I've told people for years, like the next time I see snow, it's going to be too soon.
Yeah, right.
It's like I only want to see snow when I'm going to travel to snow. Like maybe you go on like a ski trip or something to Colorado. Like,
Right.
I don't want to be where it's snowing. So I love. Sunday's great, but.
Are there any more, for the season? Obviously this is a goal to play Glen Club, but are there any more tournaments that you have your eyes set on that you actually want, your goal to get into?
I got U.S. Open sectionals coming up on June 6th. So making out of there would be amazing. That'd be my first time qualifying for U.S. Open, and last year I was in a 10-for-1 playoff in Columbus for the second alternate spot, which the second alternate in Columbus can get in that field a lot sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And, we played 2 fivesomes. My group was Jason Duffner, Keegan Bradley, Ben Silverman, who's been on, played on tour, Chris Wider, who's another, good mid tour player, and has had status along the way. And like the second group was Ricky Fowler, Ben Taylor, Padraig Harrington, Kyle Stanley, and I made par in the first hole. I hit a great drive, mid par, and this driver wedge hole with water. It's a bad wedge shot, but me, Keegan, and Jason all made pars, and Ben, the other guy in the group, Chris, they both made birdies. So they wait in the back of the green. It's like, hey, good luck. And I'm walking back. I'm texting people. I had a million texts. I'm like, hey, are you in? I'm like, no. And I made par. And then I look up and I see Ricky, hit this unbelievable wedge shot from the downslope in the rough to a front pin over water. I'm like, oh, that was sick. Next guy hits it to 5-10 feet. Look up again. Ben Taylor sucks it back into the hole for eagle. See you later.
Jesus. Wow.
So you're like, yeah, now, I'm texting Bill, yeah, now I'm definitely out. This guy's holding for eagle from like 95 yards. So,
wow.
But I don't know if he ended up getting in as an alternate last year. But the Columbus site is all, it's all the tour guys coming from Memorial. So that's always a site I choose. It's got the most spots. That's all. It's a numbers game at that point. 36 hole, anything can happen in one day.
Right.
So, I just want the spots. And that's played pretty well. And people, come back home, guys like, oh, is there one shot? I'm like, nah. I mean, I didn't like 3-putt down the stretch or something. And I actually finished in the dark because we had a rain delay and they had to come back and finish the next morning. But made a couple, probably bad bogeys throughout the day, but in 36 holes, I could have had a couple more putts fall here or there, but I didn't, like I said, I didn't make a bogey to fall back. So, it's like, hey,
Right.
I gave it my best. And,
Right.
But other than that, I'd probably just try and get any Korn Ferry event that I can.
Sure.
They're going to have another reshuffle here in a couple events, so a good finish this week will kind of keep me moving up that points list and, kind of set me up for the rest of the year. So, and the main goal, obviously it might be a little late in the season to make a run at that, the top 25 before by the end of the regular season, unless they get hot and maybe have a win or two, which, you always believe you can do. But if I can definitely get that top 75 where, you get into the Korn Ferry finals and, worst case, you're locked up for Korn Ferry next year, but you have to play those 3 playoff events and have a good finish there. And, you go to the tour. So that's kind of, first goal was as a conditional guy, I was like, hey, get in this reshuffle at some point. I did that. Now it's okay. Now I got to stay here and hopefully have some good finishes and make a late summer run.
There you go.
That's awesome.
What's the experience been like playing on the KFT? I mean, is it all that you imagine it would be, or is it completely different, or is it very similar to what you were kind of already doing?
It's probably kind of all those things. This week, I think for the first time I've seen the guys are top 25 in the points list. They get a courtesy BMW for the week, and I was like, well, I should have played better.
Yeah,
guys are in the parking lot with the new M8 or something.
Yes.
Guy I played with in practice round today. He's got one, and he says he goes, it's awesome. Just been floored around Glenview and stuff. And, I played one Monday qualifier for the first time in 2019 for the Springfield, Illinois event, and it was definitely kind of an eye-opening experience. Like your Monday qualifier, you don't really, you're like, can I hit balls here? Like, what's kind of, you're trying to feel your way around. Like, you don't really, you're not quite comfortable.
Yeah. And
then, when I got through, into the final stages here, so I was like, okay, I got a card. So it's like you start to feel like you belong a little more. You're like, hey, I earned my way here. And just like the rest of them. And, you get through Monday into Panama. So each time it just started feeling like a little more, okay, hey, done this. You kind of start to get a routine for what you want to do. And you just kind of keep getting more, just more used to it, more comfortable. And now the last, usually the couple I've been in, I had a Monday qualifying. So Monday you're at the qualifier. You have to play all 18 Tuesday because Wednesday the pro-am. So you can't play the course. So it's like you're trying to jam everything in on Tuesday. And the last 2 weeks has been kind of nice to where, Monday, last week in Kansas City, went out, kind of relaxed, did some putts, like I said, hit some putts, range, kind of, just kill some time out there.
Yep.
Tuesday play. And then this week, I love playing 9 and 9. That's kind of my practice rounds. They get pretty boring to me. They take forever. And it's just like, because everyone's hitting multiple putts, you're hitting chip, all that stuff. It's like 9 and 9, 9 Monday, 9 Tuesday is like, this is perfect to me. And then I'm not quite high enough in the points list to be getting into the pro-am, so I can't play Wednesday. So Wednesday is kind of, you relax, or, you still maybe, like I said, tomorrow I might do an hour, maybe 2 at the most, depending on the weather. But other than that, it's just like we're just relaxed. I mean, that's one thing I've learned is how important rest is out here. You think that all these guys are just out there for 8-9 hours every day practicing. Like I saw one guy on the range next to me today hit maybe 15 balls. Then I saw him walking to the parking lot. It just was like, because some of these guys are probably, they've been on the tour for a year or two, so they know these courses. They're just like, all right, hit a couple balls, play my 9, play in the pro-am on Wednesday, which is 9. And then, either hanging out at the hotel or, who knows, going exploring a little bit. So, and some guys think like to go explore. Some like to just chill at the hotel and, so it's just getting more comfortable each week is kind of, is key for me at least. And so, like I said, you just figure out your routine and what you want to do and just stick to it.
Definitely. Speaking of exploring, you were telling us a funny story before we started recording, and you had to shoot your caddy out because your caddy's staying with you now at your apartment in Aurora. And tell everybody where he went.
I mean, he was, I was talking to him. I was like, hey, I got to film this at 8. So I was like, either you could sit here on the couch in silence. And I was like, I got the Rangers Canes game on, but it's like, we can watch that on mute.
Right.
Don't make a sound. And then, but he's like, I got a casino in downtown Aurora. I'm like, yeah, it's 3 blocks away. You can walk to it. And he's like, okay. So right before I hopped on, I'm like, yeah, go out, take a right, 3 streets, take a right. And if you can't find it from there, then just keep walking. So yeah, he's, hopefully he's down there, getting a nice hot hand because he owes me dinner this week because we had a little bet at Aurora Country Club for 9 holes the other day. So he owes me dinner. So he better not. I'm hoping he wins. So
yeah,
right.
Otherwise I'm going to be looking at McDonald's or something. So
right. Dollar menu.
Yeah. So I told like I said, if I get a call from him, he's in trouble. So hopefully he's behaving down there.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, we appreciate your time there, Bryce. We know you got a big week ahead of you, so we're gonna let you go. I'm hoping to make it out there this weekend, so hopefully I see you on the weekend. And if not,
thank you. Anytime you guys need someone to kill some time or something on here, I'm happy to come on. Appreciate you guys having me, and hopefully have a good week, and maybe we'll see you guys out. Hopefully late Sunday. That's
hopefully.
The goal.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
I don't want to see anybody till late Sunday.
Yeah, right.
That's the goal.
All right.
So
best of luck.
Hopefully that's the case.
Yeah, good luck out there, man.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, folks, we are back, and what a guest that was, Rob. That was
awesome, dude.
Our first, I guess, player with status on the Chicago Golf Tour podcast.
I mean, not to take away from Jeff winning the Masters, but
right.
I was.
Yes, sorry, Jeff. We just had a Korn Ferry Tour player on. No big deal.
Yeah.
No, but we were just talking about it. How cool is that, man? I mean, the insight, everything that goes into it, and then on top of that, you got to perform. So, I'm sure it's a ton of pressure, but thanks, Bryce, for coming on. I mean, there's just so much I've thought about in the past, but like to hear him say it and talk about the reshuffle and kind of how guys jump back and forth, and you got to keep an eye on it, and you kind of got to pick and choose your events. Look at the list and players dropping out. It's crazy. It's something. Go ahead.
And like we said, it's the game within a game, man. He's got to play golf and make the cut, but he's also got the back end of the reshuffle and worrying all about that. So, but obviously, best of luck to him. Hopefully, he does play well this weekend, make the cut, and play late on Sunday, like we joked. So,
hell yeah, that would be awesome. If he's in contention, I'll be there on Sunday for sure.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Yeah, we should. I don't know what you got cooking Sunday, but should definitely try to meet up and see him play if he's still around, which I'm assuming he's going to be, because like I said, he's played that course 15, 20 times. I'm sure if he's hitting the ball well off the tee, then we'll see him Sunday. So, but let's jump right into the Southside Tour event 4, Rob, which is kind of crazy to say.
Right.
We're essentially about to be a quarter way through the season. It felt like there was just snow on the ground last week.
Right. The weather's turning, but yeah, it is crazy to think that Southside's on their 4th event already, starting up.
Yep. And we're headed to one of our favorites, if not our favorite, and that is Heritage Bluffs. And we've talked about it many times before on the show. Heritage Bluffs. I'm more excited to see their new pro shop /
the whole clubhouse. Yeah,
the whole clubhouse looks awesome. But the course itself, I'm telling you guys, if you're listening and you haven't played it, even if you're on the North or the West Side Tour, find somebody via Slack, or if you have a buddy on the South Side Tour, go in a test for them and play Heritage Bluffs, because it's ridiculous. I'm telling you, it's such a sneaky hidden gem. After you're done playing it, you're going to be like, how is this course talked about more? Just the overall layout to me is super fun. We've said it before. You hit every club in the bag there.
Yep.
It's kind of linksy. It's kind of parkland. It's got a mixture of both. It's always in great shape. It's super cheap. All around, Heritage Bluffs is unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it multiple times. Our favorite holes, the layouts. Yeah, but like you said, it's pretty much a course you're going to use every club in your bag. Just great tee offs, great par threes, very targeted. You know, you got some holes that don't take out the driver. You know, take out the hybrid or 3-wood.
Yep.
Just get yourself in the fairway, basically, and you'll be all right. I mean, 10's a great hole. You know, need a 5-iron if that off the tee, nice little dog leg wrapping to elevated green. But yeah, I mean, that course itself is just it's one of those courses that you just walk or ride, whatever, but it's a course that you can just enjoy, right? You take in the scenery and just realize what a good track it is. You know, how the holes lay out. I mean, if you can keep it, you know, in play, whether it be in the rough or the fairway, you'll have a good time. I mean, the green's real true. It's just really, it is a fun course, honestly.
Yeah, there's some sneaky greens on there, by the way. A lot of elevated tee boxes, which is why I think I enjoy it, you know, more than others. It's just a lot of nice holes that fit your eye, right? Like number 2, you know, there's OB left. There's also shit to the right that would, you know, contest his lost ball. So there's definitely, you know, an advantage to playing, you know, a little bit of target golf there for sure. Got to pick your spots. Definitely some sneaky holes that, you know, like you mentioned, number 10, where you just got to know where to lay up to.
Right.
You know, and then have a specific number in. But, you know, the course, it's crazy. I mean, even the 18th hole is a great hole. Super tight, you know, kind of towards the end there. Standing on that tee box the first time, you're like, where do you hit the shot?
Right. Yeah, I mean, the par fives, they're true par fives. You know, obviously, like you said, you want to lay up to your number, and just play smart, basically, because you can have a great time without using a driver on the course, which is nice. I mean, obviously, most of the holes you're going to probably want to do, but there's some holes that you can get away with the 3-wood hybrid and, you know, still par the hole and move on to the next one, you know, because some of them are pretty difficult. So
absolutely. That's a great point, actually. There might be even a couple of driving iron holes on that course, specifically on the back. Definitely number 10, you can get away with an iron. Maybe, what is that, like 8 or 9? You can get away with an iron. But yeah, the course, great course. Go check it out. Like I said, find somebody on Slack or just jump on, you know, the Southside Tour tee sheet and go play it. Because I'm telling you, once you play it, I guarantee you it'll be a track that you'll play 2 to 3 times, you know, for the rest of your life each year. So
yeah, for sure.
So, jumping into the Charles Schwab Book It with Tee Picks, Rob, who do you like this week?
I honestly, you know, after last weekend, I have not put any thought into it. I was still kind of, I'll be honest with you, I'm excited for my round at Orchard Valley this Sunday. Getting a nice little first tee time off on Saturday, so pretty pumped about that. And then we're teeing off at 6. So
yeah,
pretty pumped for that. Nice weather on Saturday. It's supposed to be in the 50s, teeing off. So that's my type of weather. Excited about that. And then next weekend, like I told you, me and Vince will be flying out to Arizona, getting to play Greyhawk, playing Raptor, of course, after watching the women today. And then the men's NCAA is there next week. So we get to play the day after it's over. So I'm pretty pumped about that. So that's where I'm concentrated on golf right now.
Hell yeah, Big Rob.
Oh, yeah.
Arizona golf.
Arizona golf, we get to do Greyhawk. Like I said, Raptor, and then we're playing Weekopa, right? You say Weekopa? So I'm pretty pumped about that.
Have you played it before?
Have not.
Weekopa is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were out there a couple years ago. That was by far the best track that we played.
Really?
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. So, like I said, pretty excited about that. The heat, not so much, but it'll be nice to be out there. So.
Right. Well, I'm happy for you, big guy.
Oh yeah.
I also have some more disappointing news, and this is my fault. And this is something that it happens. Life gets in the way. But
sure.
Saturday, I played Glen Woody.
Oh, did you?
I did. It was a practice round. Knowing it was a practice round because I played with, my uncle and my brother who used to be on the tour, but they moved to Florida. And then my cousin,
PGA came in for the wedding, huh?
Yeah. In my
nice.
My cousin Steph, she was just in for the wedding too. She plays a lot in North Carolina. So she joined us. So the anticipation was to play, Saturday and then go play it again for the official on Monday. Well, never got out to the official on Monday.
Oh no.
Yeah, the pool kept me tied up. So I played a practice round on Saturday, played pretty well. And now I'm gonna have to DMP yeah. So I backed myself into a corner, but sometimes that happens.
Is the pool done? Is the pool all done?
The pool's done.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, pool's done. It thank God. It looks great. Turned out awesome. Now we're just trying to balance the chemicals and get the chemistry right. And next thing you know, you'll be doing cannonballs over here.
Get ready for a 90-degree weather next week, right? It's supposed to be hot next week.
That's right.
Oh, boy.
But we'll jump right into the Book It with T. Charles Schwab picks, and his long shot is Kitayama 250-1, Reed 100-1, Kirk 50-1, Kokrak 35-1, and his favorite Sam Burns 35-1. And you could book it with T. What do you think about that?
Kirk played. He had a sneaky round on Sunday. But he was in the top 10 after that because he eagled 17, I think.
Did he? I didn't see it.
Yeah, because speaking of 17, did you at least see that 3-wood in the playoff by JT?
I did not.
Oh my God, that was the prettiest tee shot I've ever seen.
I heard about it because I think Max Homa tweeted a playoff where a 3 was needed between JT and Matsuyama would be awesome.
Right. Yeah, that's true. But as far as that, yeah, Kirk, I thought he played good. I don't know I can't remember how Burns played, but he's pretty hot too. So
yeah, he's been hot of late. I kind of like that pick. If any, I kind of do like the Reed 100-1 though. That's juicy. So that's probably where my money's going. Are you ready for the top 3 there, Rob?
I am ready for the top 3.
Well, it is your top 3. So
it is my top 3. All right. So my top 3 would be, question to you is, what are the top 3 things that make a golf course fun for you, or what you enjoy about golf course the most?
So we're talking strictly the course.
Yeah. Yeah. What are the top 3 things a course needs to have for it to be, a fun course for yourself to play?
I would say good par 5s would be the 3-hole. Number 2 would be different yardage in between the par 3s. So I don't want all the par 3s to be like within the same club, right? Mm-hmm. Like a variety. So a 130, a 170, maybe a 210. like mix it up, right? Um, that would probably be like a 2-part 3-hole, right? So just a good mix of par 5s, par 3s. Number 2, I would say probably just like the overall, appearance, like how well it's manicured, is it good shape? Obviously, that's a big one. And then number 1 would probably be the surrounding nature. So the vistas, what kind of view do we have? Not only just of the landscape, but also when you're on the tee boxes. Do you have elevated tee boxes where you're seeing, a canopy of trees? Yeah, I'm a big landscape vista guy. But yeah, that rounds up the top 3. How about you?
Yeah, that's good. I think about like the club at Lock Bell and courses like that, or like Sweetens Cove and stuff. I like the 3-hole would be those the wastelands, right? The bunker type areas that aren't really bunkers because you can play down on them. What's that?
Collection areas.
Yeah, I like that a lot. 2, I do agree with you. Like if there's some good par 5s, right, where you can either reach in them on 2 or you have to play smart. Like I don't want to give credit to Palmyra because I'm not a big fan of that course, but a couple of those par 5s on that course, they're pretty fun because you can't go for them in 2, but you could lay up, play it the smart way, and still set yourself up for birdies, right? Because of how
they're real fun because Palmyra is awesome.
And my number 1 thing would have to be the greens, right? As long as the greens are good setup. Like for instance, like Sweetens Cove with their undulation on the greens with their backstops for like guys for me that, I can't put that much English on a ball. I hit it too high that it just drops where the green setup where even if you do that, you could have backspin. They, their collection areas on the greens where the cups are, and, you get to have that like sort of tour experience when you're not a tour player type deal thing.
Right. That always feels nice.
Yeah. So those would be my top 3.
Awesome. Well, what a hell of an episode, Rob.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. I mean, our big first time, guest that, like I said, holds status and is on the KFT, Bryce Emory, and, good luck again to him this weekend. I'm sure he's going to do fine. And like I said, we'll be out there, or I'll be out there. Hopefully you'll be out there as well. Come Sunday, but yeah, we'll keep track of him all week. But until next time, we'll
Glenwoody, Southside, your scores are due Friday by 9 for Glenwoody. Just a heads up.
That's right, 9 p.m. Scores are due. And until then, Rob, we'll see you in the fairway.
See you in the fairway, Tom.
See you, buddy.